Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Whatever time it is, wherever you're coming from. Cowboys Nation, you know the drill. Welcome to the Double XO Show.
Cowboys Nation, what's going on? Welcome back to the Double XO Show. I'm your host, Zach White, and with me, as always, the lovely Camber Michelle. What is going on?
What's happening? We've got a game this week.
We got a game. We got a game on Halloween night, and it's going to be a hell of a game. Hell of a game against the Vikings.
I'll be there.
You're going to be there in the mix.
I'm going to be there.
Yes. I need
Rocking
that good luck.
the 88. 88 shirt is going with me.
Has that been you've been wearing that every game?
Wore my Zeke shirt against Tampa.
Okay.
I have worn the CD shirt every game since, and that baby's going to Minneapolis with me.
Love it. So
it's going to be 47 degrees, and I'm taking one for the team wearing a T-shirt there for it, but I'm doing it.
Yes, it's worth it. Oh, well. Put a jacket on with it. It's good.
Good.
I rocked the Dak Prescott jersey game 1. We lost. I moved on to my 88 Stitches. By the way, go to 88 Stitches Out Shop and pick up your stuff today. My DC4L hoodie, and I haven't washed it.
Nope.
There's no need to wash it. We're winning consistently. I like to keep it that way. Wearing it every game.
Exactly. I just hang it back up and put it back in the closet. Good to go.
Yes. All right, so we have a great show in store for you guys today. There's going to be a lot of stuff we're going to talk about. But before we dive into that, like and subscribe to this channel, and make sure to go to starboysnetwork.com and tune into all the great, amazing content that we have in store for you guys. We just did a show with Kyle Humans a little bit earlier on Talking Boys with the Boys, so make sure to check that out as well. And the Star Boys Report. We've got some really great team members and staff members, writers that are killing it on that side, so make sure to definitely tune into that. But without further ado, let's have a little fun. It's the tweet of the week.
I don't know what these quarterbacks be thinking when they throw the ball, but I'll be there on God.
I'm telling you, bro. Hell no.
Bro, just throw the ball. Nobody's here.
Ain't no way he kicked this, dog. Hell no. Oh, boy, what the fuck?
I love that. I love it. I love it,
great.
Man. I know this venture's over into TikTok, but that is, oh my God, it's so good. That is good stuff, man. Make sure to give that.
It's hilarious.
Yes, make sure to give him a follow. He does a lot of good stuff, but it's true. It's true. Diggs, ball god, life. We're loving it. We're loving it. So a little bit of Cowboys news, real quick. We're gonna dive into the injury report right now. I believe we have some guys that were taken off, and some guys that came back, and some guys who are currently leaving. On the side of the guys that are coming back, Michael Gallup is in pads. He is practicing. He looks good, so we're hopefully expecting to see him suit up this game against the Vikings. And then there is also Lael Collins is coming back. We'll see. We'll see what we're going to do. We're going to talk about him a little bit more here in just a second. And then there's other guys. Kelvin Joseph's kind of getting in the mix. He's been here since last week, so he'll probably work himself in, maybe see a little bit of game action. And then you got guys like Brent Urban, who are now out. And how long are they talking about him being out, Cam?
He's definitely IR. He immediately went on IR, and they're talking he could be a very late season before we see him. Which, we hate to not have that depth there at that position. But if we could have a fresh body come in, late in the season, when we're in that long stretch, right before the playoffs, it'd be great. So, but
definitely
hoping he gets well soon.
Yes.
And we had
Kennedy,
Donovan Wilson
right?
back. Kennedy is concussion protocol still from the New England game.
Yeah.
So, and then Donovan Wilson's back full practice.
Perfect.
So,
Perfect.
That's great news. Dorrance Armstrong was limited. Trayvon Diggs was limited because of that ankle. And then Randy Gregory was full practice. with the knee problem that had arisen before. And then Tyron Smith was limited because of his ankle. And then Dak.
That hurts.
So,
That hurts.
was limited.
That hurts. Yeah. And I don't. Hill's back
I think
as well.
today was no pads. I think tomorrow
Today
is
is no.
pads.
Okay.
So
we'll see what happens. That's when
Right.
a little bit more information is going to start coming out. That's when things are going to be a little bit more telling. So we'll definitely get some more information as the week goes on regarding the injury report. But I want to do a very special segment, and we're going to keep this thing rolling every week. But we're going to kind of discuss. I'm sorry, Cam. This is Cam's segment. She is going to let us all know if this is a catch or a damn mess. So, Cam, without further ado, first question, number 1. Will Dak start this week?
100%. There's nothing that has told us that man's not starting. CeeDee Lamb came out today, said he looks great. Jerry says that he's less worried about this calf than he was his shoulder. It's a catch.
Boom. Catch
He
all
played.
day.
All day. All
Love
day.
it. Love it. There was some great stuff finding out some information on that. He's going to be good to go. So, second question. Will Kelvin Joseph start at cornerback this season?
This is a mess that could be caught.
Ooh, I like it.
We don't know. There's
Yes.
so many unknown things about this guy. The lack of experience on the field. There's some guys that within a year and a half in college played more games than he did his entire career, basically. So, it's too untold. We know the talent's there. The experience on the field's not.
Great point.
So,
we may catch the mess. Mess. And hopefully it's a good catch.
Right.
But it's okay, because what we have on the other side of the ball is buying us a little bit of time. So let's train him up, give him time to grow.
Exactly.
Now, third and last question. Lael Collins is back, but there are reports that he may be considered at left guard. Is Lael Collins a left guard or a right tackle?
Okay. So I'm going to call this a catch because of the sheer point that we keep talking about different linemen that can rotate in different positions and come in fresh, maybe even later into the game. And we need to go in the Wayback Machine and go back to the 90s when we had Russell Maryland and Tony Casillas and Nate Newton. And there were times that Russell Maryland wasn't even coming he didn't start the game, and he came in later fresh. And can you imagine, you've already beat down this team for a couple of quarters, and you got this fresh monster coming off, and he comes in, and he's in, you don't know which position when he's running onto the field at that point in time, and
yes.
Boom, all of a sudden he's there. So Cowboy Nation, quit crying and whining where he's going to be. As long as we have 5 fresh players and we have the depth that we do on the line, we're good. This is a good problem to have. We're going to be fine.
Boom. Great problem to have. So,
right.
Yeah, I had an original take. My original take was from the get-go, let's everybody be calm. He's going to get back to his right tackle position. He hasn't played in roughly over 2 months, and he's got to work back into shape. And I think that he is your Pro Bowl right tackle.
Right.
And still, as good as he is, it feels more like a depth piece. But then I switched it up. I switched it up a little bit because there's some interesting things that go into this and kind of make it whole. Imagining, because left guard, we can talk about Williams, Connor Williams, being a minor issue there. He's performed well. He's been decent, but beside Tyler Biotish, he is one of still the weaker links.
Yeah, the penalties. those penalties alone.
Yes, exactly. And there has been discussion with keeping Steele at right tackle, moving Lael Collins to left guard, and then putting Connor McGovern in at center. I don't know. Listen, I heard some things from Kyle Humans earlier today, and y'all have to go to Talking Boys with the Boys to listen to that and verbatim of what he said. But I'll just say this. My popcorn was getting a little burnt because I was too close to the heat, okay? He had a very hot take regarding that, so definitely listen to that. Definitely tune in. But we'll see. TBD. To be determined. Yep. We'll find out where we're going to go with that. But let's have a little fun before we dive into this matchup with the Vikings. We have something very special in store for you guys, and it is Killn more costumes. This is the special Halloween edition Killn more costumes. It doesn't get any better than this. We're going to start it off right with a bang. This is mine. Kellen, the Kid, more. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So, in order to talk about Kellen, the Kid, more, first we have to go back to 1880 to fully understand the story. Billy the Kid, one of the fastest gunslingers in all of the West, created a name for himself. Mass hysteria surrounded him. He was taking folks out, okay? Fast forward 141 years later, you got Kellen the Kid more. Hey, he may not be in the West, but he runs the East, and he's leaving dead bodies everywhere he goes. So Kellen Moore is going to peel back that smoke wagon, let you guys know what's up. And, I don't know, we may even be going to the West. We may be in L.A. before the end of the season.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying. Next, we got Cam's Kellen Problem Child more. Cam, give us a backdrop. Give us a story.
Don't let the charming allure of his child face play you for a fool. He makes Dennis the Menace look like Beaver Cleaver. He's swapping heads on all your favorite playmakers and putting M80s in your defensive front ant pile. He's the new bad boy in town, and he's looking to ruin your defensive game plan.
The Problem Child. Yes! That is good. Nailed it. This one is going to be extra special because it's been a little time in the spooky lab creating it, and it is going to be, yes. It is going to be Kellen, the Mad Scientist, more. A little bit of background on that story. First, to understand the story, you have to go back to 2017. Kellen Moore was just a player until he witnessed the greatness that was Dak Prescott. Was it perfect? No. Not by far. But he recognized something within this gentleman's game, and it caused him to spiral, kind of lose himself. But he thought, how? How can I make the perfect quarterback, and how can I make this team better? 2018 becomes the quarterback coach. 2019 becomes the offensive coordinator of the team. Now, he's thinking to himself, what do I do to get better? How can I create something special? And then he starts losing it. It's alive! Yes, that's right. He comes in, dives in head first. Guess what he's got? Starts off right off the bat. Custom cyborg leg for Dak Prescott. Franken-Dak. Boom. Nails it. He's also got some special weapons in line with that. That is Freddie Cooper. He's going to be in your nightmares for years to come. Right? Then there's another one. Wait for it. He has a delicacy for cornerbacks' ankles. Yes. This is not a Silence of the Lambs, though. No. You can see D. Lamb coming. That's right. He's coming straight at you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. And we're not done. We have Ezekiel Myers out there, right? Of course, that makes all the sense in the world. Why? Because fan bases have been killing him for years, talking about how slow he was, and no matter how many times you kill him, though, he's got some new hips. He comes right back. Boom. Last but not least, you have on the other side of the ball the monster coming out of the fog, and that is going to be, wait for it, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This guy digs stealing the faces of opposing quarterbacks, the oh shit faces, and turns it around, and he's got piled up 10 dead bodies so far, okay? But it's not over. This is, if you get anywhere near him, the bodies are going to keep piling. Boom! Nailed it. Kellen the Mad Scientist more for the win. But we do have one more. We have one more, and Cam is about to come in and just clean it all up right now. Here we go. Cam's got Kellen killing it more. Cam, give us the backdrop on this.
Want a balloon, Georgie? Seems like the Vikings have lost their little sailboat. He's just looking for some new friends to play with. Come a little closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll find a whole new meaning to the Purple People Eater.
Oh, yes! 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 That was great. You nailed it. Front to back, beginning to end, killed it. We have to pick a favorite. Which one is it? Which one are we going with? That one's got to be my favorite. I got to go with it.
Is it?
Yeah, Kellen killing it more.
Killing it.
That's beautiful. Want a balloon, Georgia? Okay. Anyway, so that was fun. We're definitely good. I wish it was Halloween every week so we could do more of this. That was great.
Oh gosh, you guys in the scary shit.
I love it. I'm a Halloween freak. I love scaring the shit out of little kids.
I saw your video of the house. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. I'm coming after the poor children. These poor children that come to my house. I got reprimanded by my wife one time. She told me, she was like, not the 3-year-olds, not the 4, like you can't scare the little kids. I'm like, it's part of Halloween. You know?
Oh, fair game.
Yeah.
Right?
You're gonna learn.
Candy.
Exactly. You're gonna learn or you won't. That's just the way it is. Yeah, it's fine. But so real quick though, speaking of getting spooky, we're gonna talk about this spooky offense and the game plan that we have coming into this matchup against the Vikings. I'm ready for it. And to start off, right from me, it's feed Zeke. How can you not? How can you not feed this man? The Vikings rank 29th against the run in the league this year. So
exactly,
I believe we're roughly almost averaging 200 yards rushing in a game. Attack it full force, and our offense. And there are some matchups that are concerning, and we are going to dive into that. But from a standpoint of our offense and where we're at right now, and getting Michael Gallup back, Lael Collins, these guys, we're already first in the league with yards. We're putting up 460.8 yards averaging a game, 34 points a game average as well. First in the league on both of those. This offense just got a little bit more unstoppable, and that's spooky. That's scary shit. I don't even know how do you stop this from just wrecking your entire world. But there's a lot that we're going to dive into, and let me go ahead and let me calm down because it is exciting. But there are
Fright Night.
There are some matchups.
It's going to be Fright Night.
It's Fright Night. It's Halloween. Anything can happen. And this is going to be a great game, and we're going to talk about their offense because that is the biggest. That's scary for me, and we'll definitely get into that after this. But first, offensive game plan. Is there anything that you're seeing or what exactly are you seeing as far as some of the matchups that we have going into this game from your perspective?
So, I mean, one of my biggest things is who's going to cover CD? I mean, honestly,
Patrick
I
Peterson?
Peterson's out.
Oh, that's right. Breland?
He's on IR.
Was it
I
Breland?
had Breland probably on Coop. So Breland's on Coop,
It's not good.
and that's a mismatch if you ask me right there.
Yeah, it's not good for him.
Who's on CD? You know? And then we know Xavier Woods on Gallup or
Yes.
Brown or Wilson.
Yes.
I mean, we know what Xavier Woods can do. So, I mean, their secondary is.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
We know what.
I'm not.
And we discussed this on Talking Boys with Boys earlier, but we like you said, we know the good and bad of a one Xavier, and the good things. I mean, I got nothing good, but we know all the bad. But we know all the bad, so we remember the woods.
The good is that he's no longer on this roster.
Lost in the woods. That's what Woods was, and thank God. Yes, and Everson Griffin, one Everson Griffin. We know this gentleman as well, and
Michael Pierce is hurt. Michael Pierce for them is hurt. I mean, he was limited in practice, so.
I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you this little nugget, little nugget there. Danielle, I believe, Hunter. 6 sacks this season. That is something I am looking at because they don't have a problem creating pressure on a quarterback. That is something they've been pretty good at.
Yeah, they tied in the league with 21 sacks.
Yes. They are getting back. They are getting home. So that is one thing I don't want you to think we're just rolling over this defense. But yes, they're getting home on the quarterback. Now, Mr. Hunter against Terrence Steele is a matchup that I am definitely interested in. And it's going to tell a lot about where we think we are with Terrence Steele and Lael Collins returning. Because if we're going to have to game plan regardless, Kellen Moore is going to have to game plan for that specifically, for Hunter specifically. And they're going to probably chip him. They're going to do a similar to a Bosa situation. But I want to see how he can handle this matchup on his own, right? How can he limit or stop Hunter from getting back to Dak? And this, we're going to see something really telling. It's going to let us know if he's really ready, because there's been a lot of great things that have come from him, but I'm definitely interested to see a bigger matchup like this and how it affects this game. That's just me.
Right.
But other than that, defensively, like I said, I feel like we can run over these guys. We can throw over these guys. We basically, for the most part, have the number one offense in the league, and I'm just not really concerned in that regard. But on the other side of the ball, remember that these guys are also have a very potent and high-powered offense. And we're talking about, I believe they had 571 yards against the Panthers prior to their bye week. So that is something to be concerned about. And it's because of the weapons that they do have. You got Adam Thielen, and you got Justin Jefferson. And now Adam Thielen, to me, is like the way that we perceive Amari Cooper here, right?
Right.
Ultra talented, but you got this new guy coming in, and he's exciting, and he's making big plays and stuff. But do not sleep on Adam Thielen because he's got sweet feet just like Amari Cooper. And that's something we're going to have to watch. He's one of the better route runners in the league, up there, right there with Coop. And we need to keep an eye on him. But Dalvin Cook, too. I'm going to let you touch up on Dalvin Cook. But, my God, he is a monster as well.
And we need to mention Osborne, too. His last game, he was 5 of 6 for 91 yards against Arizona. I mean, they definitely have those weapons there. And with Cook, we got to think about how we're going to stop him. This is a game that the linebackers are going to have to step up because we cannot take the safeties and bring them forward for the run. We're going to need them on these wide receivers. I mean, I don't see it's too much of a different of a plan that people would attack us with. You've got those linebackers. I mean, Micah and LVE, that whole crew is going to have to step up and stop that run.
Yes.
And that's going to be our best thing against Cook because that man's a beast.
Yes. And LVE is having a sneaky good season, right? But
yeah.
I mean,
he didn't have the greatest game against New England, but besides that, I mean, he had a great game against the Chargers, and he's my player that I'm putting a lot of pressure on to really show up.
Rightfully so.
Really, I want him to show up, and I want him to be in that run the run coverage there. So.
And this is the game to do it. This is the game to do it. And
absolutely.
And he had a pretty good game, I believe, last year against Minnesota. So
he did.
We'll see kind of what happens this year. But yeah, Dalvin Cook, like we said, I mean, he's already got like 366 yards. He's only played 4 games, and really, I say 3.5. The guy's just putting up numbers, running for 140 yards this last game. Ultra talented guy, and again, you get all these weapons. And the one thing that I feel like we have the advantage over is the quarterback. And I'm not going to take anything away from Kirk Cousins. Because of the weapons he has, he's become a little bit more of a game manager. He's become calm because he can just hand the ball off or dump the ball off to whoever and let them make plays. And that is what he's best suited for. But he doesn't do
because he's no good under pressure.
He doesn't do well under pressure. There it is.
At all.
And that is what we got to do. And I'm very interested to see if we're going to see a little bit of Micah Parsons back at that defensive end spot, or we're going to keep him at linebacker. You could argue that it would be just as important at either position, specifically for this game. You want to create pressure on Kirk Cousins, but you also want to be alert and know what's going on when number 33 has the rock in his hands. And
he's going to need to be in that A gap.
Need it, and I feel like they're really going to be looking to get Cook on an island with him, especially receiving. So that is something that is a little bit concerning. This is one of those games where it just feels like it's going to be over the top. It's going to be a lot of chaos. There's going to be a lot of offense. And if I'm wrong, damn, I've been wrong before. It's Halloween night. Anything can happen. But for me, this feels like a just over-the-top game. And I'm going to go ahead and give my prediction. I'm going with, let's go 41-38. Cowboys win.
Yeah. You have it much higher than I do.
Really? Oh, we get damn.
Yeah, I have it at 28-21.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Just little feeling more like 28-21.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So is it close or is it like a not close 28-21? Are they coming back at the end there, or what are we talking? What kind of?
I think it's a dogfight. Dogfight.
God, right? It's a close game to me. It just feels like one of those.
There is no garbage time this week. No. It's a dogfight. I think this is the second best team. Well, I guess it's kind of a little hard to say the second best team since we played the Chargers, but in matchup wise and what's going on, I think this is probably like the second best team that we've faced so far this season.
The record will say 3-3, but these guys, they have lost to some good opponents. They lost to the Cardinals, the first week. They lost to the Browns.
Right. The Browns.
They've lost to some good teams. So
the Bengals, right?
The Bengals. That was the other one.
The other loss.
Yeah, and the Bengals are rolling right now. They've lost to some really good teams. So I'm definitely. This is, and you had this. Didn't you have this marked down as a loss on your list, or was it Denver? Originally.
No, I think
this was the one.
You know what? I'd have to go back. I know.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I had Tampa and this one as a loss.
Yeah.
And I think my other two losses I said was Kansas City and maybe the Raiders, and that was it.
Yeah.
Or no. Maybe I said we beat the Raiders, and we at that point in time I thought we were going to split with Washington, and now I don't.
No, I don't either. Not anymore. No,
not anymore on that one.
Let's keep rolling.
Yeah, that was us believing the hype.
Yes, yes.
They have other problems in Washington currently.
Indeed. And you know what? The only way, I honestly, truly, and I know it will be a close game, but the only way we're actually going to lose this game is if we beat ourselves. That's really what it's going to come down to. It comes down to penalties, and, I mean, you've got that rest. You can't sleep on any team in this league. You got to come in ready to fight, and I'm hoping to see a lot of that from the Cowboys this week because I'm going to give them a due. This is probably the first team outside of the Chargers that I've talked highly of going into a matchup because they are a really good team, regardless of if we win or not. This is a good team, so kudos to them. But I think we do pull away with the win. Putting my stamp on it, saying it with my chest.
I hope so, because that's going to be a long flight home.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
I'm going to have to be dealing with that horn going off.
Oh no! Skull, all that shit. No.
Come on now. No. We're going to be representing.
It is going to be a great game. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. And like we said, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Go to starboysnetwork.com and get all this great content we got coming out. Till then, we're out.